Hey everybody, Corey Thorne, the spiritual teacher, emotional, spiritual consultant, and the healer, the mystic, all the stuff in between. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you like this one, please like and subscribe and hit the notification button. If you're just watching our videos, there's no way for us to be able to grow. It is hard for us to be able to keep these pages going, to keep these things going if we don't grow our channels. So I also have another channel with my podcast where you get to see the Everyday Corey. And so I've been moving my podcast over to there, and it is She Is More Than Existing. And that is also, I think it's in the description box. You can find the link to the podcast as well. But I just posted a new podcast in there. Today is July the 10th. This is new moon energy, yesterday, today. And we're right in the midst. A new moon comes with intention, and the moon is in. It means you can't see the moon. It doesn't mean the moon is gone. It doesn't mean you're getting a new moon. It just means that the moon is in a transition. It's in a new phase. And that's kind of where I am in my own life right now, and in my own heart, in my own place of being. And so there is a sense of the unknown that is present with us right now. And we're into that real strong unknown world, the unknown life. We are in the midst of a big shift. There is a big change. And, I teach this, it's not about, you don't need to improve who you are. You have to find who you are. And there's such a big difference. It's not about improvement. It's about evolving. It's about developing you beyond the conditioning. And that's what More Than Existing is. That's what the whole program is about. That's what it's all about. It's about walking into you, who you were when you first arrived, before any human hands got to put their hands upon you, got to get into your mind, get into your heart, get into telling you who you are, to identify you. You return to love, you return to light, you return to everything that evolves and encompasses the life of living a life where you come to understand the energy of who you are beyond the definitions of the dictionary, or what it means to be kind, what it means to be loyal, what it means to be. So instead of the dependency on the vices that we create trying to be enough, it's about returning to the virtues of your life. It's about knowing there's a truth to you. You don't have to improve who you are. And when you don't get invited, or you're not a part of something, you don't take things so personally. And there is such a journey into not being so personally connected to your human existence, and knowing that you're more connected to the soul essence of you, the deeper, beyond the reflection look of you. And so it's not about self-improvement, it's about evolution, it's about evolving, it is about growth, and it is about becoming who we need to become for the next phase of our lives, for the next journey. And everybody is on a different journey, but this is the common thread of it all. We are all in a state of unknowing, as we all fight for something of, it's that fight for opinions and thoughts and views, and for everyone to hear you, see you, all of that. I still got sleep in my eyes, I think. I even don't even have a bra on. Life at 50, or life being off, I'm not sure. Being off of work, but it's okay. But in the meantime, it's like, what we don't realize is that we are all in the same place. We're all in that state of unknowing, and each and every day we are all in that place of the unknown. Each and every moment, you never know what's next, but we tell ourselves enough stories, we create enough of an illusion, and we live in those imaginary illusions that we create, that we believe that that we know what the next moment is. But we really don't. Anything can change. Everything is up in the air. But that's where we all are right now. And as much as we're all in our own story box, you can get in your own sandbox and play and build your own sand castles, and you can build your own little community, and you can build your own little world, and you can try to say that, oh well, I'm the only one hearing the secret, and I know the secret, and I know that. No, we freaking don't. And so but we're all in that same place, but everybody has a different story. Everyone has either a trauma or an inspiration, an attitude or an inspiration that is coming forth right now to inspire. And that's the message for this week, is, is the intention. What is the intention? And the intention overall, that I believe, what I think as the small people of the world, of the everyday people of the world, I call it, our everyday people, is that we all want to live a life where we are at peace, we're content, and we are, where we're all cared for, we're all nurtured, we all have that. Well, if you want to see it in the world, you have to see it in your own existence, and you have to create it in your own existence. And that's an intention, is to create a sense of making peace, being at peace where we were, where you have been, but not letting it define your life. And so to not be defined by it, it's like nothing has gone away, nothing has left. Everything that happened is, it did happen, it's real, and it's stored within you, it's stored within your memories, but it's not you, and it's not the definition of you. And so right now we are in the midst, like I said, into two worlds. We're existing in this world, and so we got the mermaid, mystical dreamer, we got Merlina, and she's existing in two worlds. She has her world that she exists in, where she is in, she doesn't have that feet, and they tell the stories of mermaid and having feet, but it's more of the shallow water, like salamanders type of things that can swim and then have feet and get out and walk. But the don't know where all that just came from, but the evolution of this, is that if you let yourself evolve from being able to just swim, to be able to just be one way, to live one way, if you stop wanting to just go back to the way things were, or have what you had before, or to want to be so freaking special, to want to be so unique, to want to be so known, if you just let go of all of that, you surrender all of that over, and you just trust that you are evolving. If you look at the things that you do have, or that you have accomplished, or where you have been, if you go to that place and you see the magic in what has existed in every single experience, then you can start to see that, hey, I have grown, I have evolved, I am becoming a part of. So all that resistance, and I chuckle a little bit here because that the resistance to some of the changes that we have, often we don't realize that while we're kicking and screaming and trying to run away, that everything is happening anyway. And you're already moving, you're already shifting, you're already falling into the new life, the new world, and you didn't even know it. It's like that trickster energy, right? It's like using reverse psychology. It's like God consciousness has just decided to use reverse psychology on us. Let us think we can do it on our own. Let us think we can think for ourselves. Let us think we can have all that. And in the meantime, before you know it, you're living the new life. It happens. And so with this comes in, there's two crabs, and there's the one that's peeking up out of the water, and then there's the magical golden crab up here. And so, not coincidence that this card today, this is my deck of oracle cards that are in creation, and they are the everyday goddess, and it's about inspiration and attitude. And when we, sometimes having a voice doesn't mean you have attitude. It means that you are part of the evolution of knowing that the small people matter, the everyday people matter. It's not just about special, you don't have to be something special, you don't have to be a politician, you don't have to be anything to be a voice that matters. Your voice matters because you matter, because without the human race, they'll have nothing to be able to boost their egos to be a politician too. Truth. Such truth. And so, and then it's the magical crab that's up behind, and it's just like that crab in the water is like inspiring to be that something more. I want to be something more than the dinner on the dinner that goes on the plate, but in the meantime, you don't realize that you serve the highest good by being the food that feeds, the next, that becomes a part of everything that evolves. And so the jellyfish is the same thing. The one in the water, is that you can tell yourself any story you want to. Is that a dangerous, is that one that can sting, electric jellyfish type of thing? Is that one that can be poisonous? Can it sting? Or you can be inspired by the magic of the beauty of a jellyfish, and how magical they are, and how iridescent they are, and how, how can such a creature be created? And that's a big part of the message today. And we got this last night when we were sitting here in another card, in someone else's deck of cards as well, was, it's like, what do you see? And we started laughing because we both seen something different in the cards. And one first thing my friend was saying was, oh, well, you know, this represents that. And I said, well, that's because that's what your eyes have seen, and that's the story you've heard. So because of that's what you eyes have seen and the stories you've told yourself or your mind's told yourself, then that's what you believe to be true. But it doesn't mean that that's the truth, and it doesn't mean that was the intention of the creation. And so the whole magical creation is, what do you see, and how, you know, how do you see the world, and how are you seeing your world? And with this new moon, it's about us, an opportunity for us to see things in beyond what we had originally seen, like to see beyond our stories, to see beyond our truth, to start to know that as much as you may kick and scream about coming into one world, about change, about not wanting to change, that the world will still change around you. And I always say this, if you wore, you know, it's like you often see people who never changed their style. Wherever they were the happiest in life is where they got stuck, and they stayed there. But in the meantime, you'll convince yourself you're happy because you've kept the same look for the past, you know, 30, 40 years or whatever, and you stayed looking like you did, say, in the 1980s, and I'm original, and I'm not bending to society, and I'm not going to become what society wants. That's what I like. And I'm like, no, that's called fear. And, you know, you're trying to be that rebel to everything else. It's called trauma response. And so you hold on to out of fear of what is possible. So did you not suffer more because you were unwilling to, you didn't let yourself evolve into who you were supposed to evolve into because you found something that you liked or a time that you liked, but holding on to that causes you more suffering than it ever could have been if you had have let yourself grow. Right? And so if you let yourself evolve beyond those stories or those things that you think you like, or the habits that you think are good habits that you think, oh, well, that serves me. But what if you're limiting your life? And so this new moon is about that, and it's about limitations and not limiting ourselves and our views and our perspectives. Be open your eyes, your mind, your heart. Look at all sides, all views, and come around and just allow yourself to see, because we are coming into this new world energy, and it looks nothing like what they have been trying to tell you. It looks nothing like the magical dream that you know, of you know, I'm going to say this. It looks nothing like the magical dream that the 1960s children's that are trying to create it into today. Sorry, but it doesn't. It's like that was the push, that was the shove. And so if you were stuck from the 1960s and from the hippie days, and it's like this new world of love and light and da-da-da, I'm sorry, but that's not what it looks like. I'm a channel. That's not what they show me. I don't see little pods and we all dress alike and we all look alike and we all do kumbaya. It means that the little people becomes a voice. The everyday people become a stronger voice, and not so about the institution, not so much about, you know, that we take what they say and we just accept it as truth and we don't question it. We start to question things more. We start to unravel, and secrets are being revealed, and you're going to see handcuffs, and you're going to see a lot of things, because the illusion is, the paradox is that we lived in a fairy tale story of the creation of what they wanted us to believe. And even if it was the hippie days and this version of these stories of, oh, we're going to have this love and light and kumbaya and we'll cross the legs, and no, it means we have to, you know, sometimes we have to fight a little bit fucking harder. Sometimes we've got to put in a little more effort. Sometimes you have to move beyond the way that you thought you seen things, and to not to have an expectation of a vision or how you thought things were, and to know that love, kindness, compassion, the virtuous life doesn't mean it's all easy. It means it's worth it. And that's the thing. I've just come through that dark night of soul journey. I just created more than existing. And all of that journey was the hardest freaking days of my life. And to anyone who's watched or been a part of those lives or watched me evolve over the years, this has been the most challenging 3 years of my fucking life. And it was the hardest years of my life. But it was the journey that was so worth taking. It was the most beautiful journey. It was the journey that connected me to God in a deeper way, and to channeling Jesus and Mother Mary and Isis, and to be so open. My house is full of everything from, Jesus on the cross, to Buddhas, to Kuan Yin. I have Isis cards there. I have, you know, some of my witchery stuff. I have my brooms. I have, you know, my dried herbs. I have everything. I'm a collective. And that's what collective means. Our new collective energy doesn't mean we all become one thought and we all think alike. It means that we can accept each other because we are accepting ourselves, because we are loving ourselves, because we're kinder to ourselves. And because of that, we don't feel a need to squish and destroy everyone else. And that's the world. My work is called More Than Existing because it is about spiritual and emotional maturity. And this is the medicine woman. This is Marie. And she is about being able to go into the depth of the darkness. Are you willing to face yourself instead of judgment and criticism up on somebody else? Are you willing to look at your own bullshit and call your own self out? That's what we need to do right now. And to be able to look at the places that you've been, the roles that we play in our own lives, the things that we do, the things that we hold on to, even our healthy habits, even the fact that, oh, I reorganize every towel that's in the closet, and if everyone folds them for me, I take them out and do them again because it has to look a certain way. Well, that closet door fucking closes. It shuts. You don't have to look back in. And if somebody else is nice enough to help you and you take it out and you redo it, what does that say about you? And what are you saying about that other person? They're not good enough. That's what we're doing in the whole world. And it's time for us to open the closet and let the skeletons out and then put in the pretty stuff, but not have to worry or stuff that we need, but don't have to worry about folding it to perfection. It's just shelves that are there to hold the things that need to be held, the things that you don't need all the world to see, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's where we're moving. And be willing to travel into the depth of your darkness to be able to go through. And by that, I mean your own shadow self. I mean the parts of you that, you know, get held to a story or captivated, and how much of that we try to, you know, instill out there. And a part of More Than Existing was not about trying to tell someone how to be. It was not about improvement. It was about evolving. It was about saying, you know what? This is a sisterhood. This is a group. This is a world. This is a movement. This is a place where, you know what? We might have different views, but we accept you. We may not, but you know, but you question your own views. You question your own thought. You question why you believe the things that you believe. And you start to be able to know that you don't have to make up a story. You don't need to create an imaginary story to return to the essence of you. The essence of you was here before human words, thoughts, hands, before anything ever laid upon you. You arrived of love and light. And that's the collective. All you're doing is returning to love and light. So you have more kindness, compassion, caring for everyone else in the world, even if we have a different thought. And that's our message. And that's the new moon energy that is coming up today. And I hope it resonates with you and that you love it and you like it. And please share away at these videos. Like them, subscribe. I don't get paid by YouTube. I don't get paid by any of this. This is all work that we do from the place that just wanting to get the messages out there. And you're not seeing much of me because I am off right now. I really don't have internet, so I'm recording these, and then when I get in my truck somewhere, I download them. I try to use my data in my truck, and I download them, but I'm out of data, so I don't get internet. The fiber optic cable coming into my house is too short apparently, so they got to run a whole new wire, and so that's not going to be ready until the 18th. So until then, you'll get a few videos, but here I am, and I hope this resonates with you. Have a beautiful new moon, and I'll see you shortly. I'll see you in a few days with another recorded video. Much love. Bye-bye.